Morning, good afternoon, good evening. Since you're here, you know fighting cancer is tough. And one way I found to keep myself sane during this life-altering experience is to have some goals. And these are a few things that I'm doing, and maybe they'll spark an idea or two for you. I've got small, medium, and big goals. And I'm not talking about the goal to beat the beast. And I'll also share a really big goal that I'd set for myself at the start of the year before I got the bad news, what it is, what I did about it, and why. My rules are they all have to be active. They have to require engagement and focus, not necessarily physically active, just active. They can all be paused without causing a problem, and I can pick them up and put them down and pick them up and put them down. And then they have to be things I enjoy. So, three simple rules. Let me share my version of each of those, and maybe you'll think of some things along the way as you're watching. The small goal is building a plastic model that a friend gave me a few years back. It's a model of the first car I had as a teenager, and he and I used to run around in it, so you can imagine. And of course, much mischief was managed in that car. He's got lots of small detailed pieces, and there's half a dozen paint colors if you really follow the plan, which I'm doing. So I'll get that built. And this is where I'm at right now. I think it'll be cool when it's done. I will post a picture of the finished model under posts when it's done. I'm very fortunate to have a spot that it can just sit in between sessions. It's on my workbench in the tool area in my garage, so I don't have to pack it away every time, and I'm not doing big physical building things projects right now, so that's good space for it. My second goal, my medium goal, is to keep driving for Amazon Flex, which might sound like a weird goal, but if you're not familiar, as an Amazon Flex driver, I drive my own vehicle to deliver Amazon packages in my area. So that's why when you see a random car pull up and drop off your order, it's a Flex driver, and it's a thing. But it is subcontractor work, which means I drive when I feel good and skip it when I don't. And I do this for what my dad used to call folding money. And the big goal, part of my big goal for the year, you're watching right now. Back in January, before this battle resumed for a third time, I set out to publish 52 long-form videos on YouTube in this calendar year. The only reminder I keep is a stack of 52 pages counting down to zero, and I'll show you a little example here. So every time I publish, I know what I published and move that number page to the back. Pretty simple. With a cancer battle added to my bingo card for the year, that difference in doing 52 in a year instead of one a week mattered a lot. Because some weeks, I just can't do it. And some weeks, like this week, I might manage a couple. And as of this filming, I'm almost on track, but no promises. As you might have guessed, publishing about my cancer journey obviously wasn't part of the original plan, but that's where I ended up. If you don't make videos yourself, you might not realize a 5 or 10 minute video can take hours to produce. Really, I'm not kidding. I have to pick a topic, write out several drafts. What am I going to talk about? It has to be filmed, has to be edited, visuals have to be added, and then all the bits and pieces in the background on YouTube take a little bit of time. And that's okay because I love doing all that stuff. It's really fun, and when I can hit publish, I have a real sense of accomplishment. It's really easy to ruminate, feel sorry for myself, to sit and run through all the bad things that can happen in the coming days, weeks, and months. I have found for me, having concrete things to do, things that give me a real sense of accomplishment, goes a long way toward winning that mental side of that battle. I have a habit of setting one big kind of, I guess you'd call it construction goal each year, some major improvement to the house, or whether it's remodeling a bathroom or building a deck, which is the biggest one I've done. So every year I have one big project I like to do that makes our house a little nicer. I had set one for this year to turn the space under my deck into dry storage by adding a roof underneath the deck floor. I'd already bought the supplies for phase one, and I'd started a little bit of basic installation. But when this piece of bad news hit, I thought, ooh, I am maybe not. Because the scope of that project I have found is just too physically demanding for where my health is right now. And almost all of it requires working above my head. And I am just not doing that with a port installed in my chest, which is, if you probably know, they're right here. So I'm not going to do that this year. The most important thing, if you set yourself some goals, is to give yourself grace when you just can't do it. And that's exactly why I built my personal goals with those 3 guidelines the way that I did. I can do a lot, I can do a little, or I can do nothing at all. And I can work on any one of those projects or jump back and forth. But I've got goals, I've got projects I can work on when I'm up to it. So, what ideas sparked in your mind? Keep golfing, maybe do 18 holes when you're doing 9, take a trip, make something, do something, reconnect with someone, learn the guitar. And this is one thing you've got to keep in mind. It's your life, your choices, and you are in charge of you, even if it doesn't feel like it. So I hope this gave you some ideas. I'd love to hear what you think. And keep the faith. God bless, and thanks for watching.